to the Oil Stream after a couple of games over the weekend. Lots to discuss. No doubt about that. It is the Boston Pizza Oil Stream. A main, a side, a drink for just $15. Ready in under 20 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at these fast food menu here. Okay, what do we got? We got the lunch-size salads, lunch-size pastas, jambalaya fettuccine.
It's a good one. That's my personal favorite.
Never had it.
I think you'd like it.
Creamy mushroom and spinach bake.
They brought that back.
The baked 7-cheese ravioli.
Classic.
And then these are the sandwiches you can get in the quick lunch menu. Grilled chicken clubhouse. I've had that one. Chicken tacos. The classic burger, quesadillas, or a half-size Boston Brute.
Nice, which is also a classic.
Give me the half-size Boston Brute. Give me the cactus cuts. Give me a beverage, and give it to me for $15 in less than 20 minutes.
Absolutely. And it's
there.
also a Monday, so individual pizzas are going for $10.
Oh, well, there you go. You got that as well. Mr. Boston Pizza with us here on the Oil Stream today. Boy, Tommy, you've gotten a lot better looking.
Whoa.
Oh, Tommy's gonna hate that one.
He's like, oh,
he's gonna hate that one.
Listening right now, just freaking out. Well,
Dusty and YouTube Trev today.
Yeah.
On the Oil Stream. Trev, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Oh yeah, it's been a good day. I feel a lot better after tackling 3 hot dogs and 3 beers.
I had a nap.
You did.
I napped on my couch.
Everyone kind of handled it a little differently. I know. Yeah, you went straight to your couch, had a nap.
I did some work. Then because I was gonna have a nap. And then I was like, I should probably do some work first.
That was smart.
So I did some prep. Then I laid down at like 10, set my alarm for 10:50, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fall asleep at the office. It's kind of weird. There's no lock on my door, but I had it closed. And then next thing I know, my alarm's going off, and it's 10:50.
Yeah, so you did it.
I was out like a light.
Yeah. It was funny. Yeah, it's always weird. I was walking by and I was like, do I dare look? I'm like, nah, it's kind of awkward if I looked over because he's going to the big windows.
I had my Tales of the North cloak as a blanket, and I was just trying to get through the beer and the dogs this morning.
So cold. Cold. The shivers, yeah.
Great napping couch, though.
Yeah, it looks like a nice couch.
It fits, like my body fits perfectly on this couch.
Nice.
It was a good napping couch. Yeah, it was awesome.
You have a big body.
It was terrific. I loved it. But we got through it.
Yeah,
we got through the day.
I went straight to the couch. LT went straight to the washroom, and I didn't see him for over an hour. He was struggling.
Yeah, Lieutenant Eric was he's in a tough spot after doing the beers and the hot dogs.
He's feeling better now.
This morning.
Dropped the cans off, so he's good.
Oh, yeah, he go do some recycling?
He did, yes.
I thought it was Benny's job to do recycling this month.
It is. Well, no, he likes he kept doing that.
Benny's gathering up the recycling. Yeah. Eric's taking the cans
He brings
back.
it in so he can get the change.
Yeah, he does. He does like that. All right, so it is the Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. If you're thinking about chicken for lunch today, swing on by. They've got the 3-piece bone-in chicken right now for just $8. We'll get to your thoughts on the Oilers over the weekend. Please share those with us. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Your boy Dudley is in on the text line.
Dudley.
Says hashtag in Trev we trust.
Yeah.
You said you met Dudley. Good guy.
Yeah, Dudley's an absolute
Dudley.
beauty. I met him at the presenting sponsor of the Oil Stream, Boston Pizza, Kingsway. I frequent there, and so much so they call me a regular, which I don't know.
Is it weird becoming a regular after you used to work there?
It is a little weird.
When you would deal with regulars?
But I tell you, it is nice. It's nice because when I was working, I loved it, but usually there's a lot of sporting events going on, and they stopped putting me on closing shifts when the Oilers worked because I would stop giving drinks to people because I would be
just be watching the game, yeah.
Yeah, like I actually gave terrible service. So they're like, no, we're putting you on opening now going forward. And I'm like, okay, I think this is better. But I like it. It's awesome. It's nice to just go there and, I don't know, just chat with all the other regulars and not have to worry about filling up their drinks. But yeah, I ran into Dudley. He's a beauty. He was like, hey, you're that guy from the Oil Stream. I was having a good time. And I was like, yeah, and then ended up having a good conversation with him. Nice guy. Long-time listener, too.
All right, well then, love it. Shout out to Dudley. Thank you very much for being here today. So yeah, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We're going to take a look at the Oilers' first 10 games to start the year, how they compare to the last couple of years as well. We'll give you our thoughts on the weekend. Eden is in. Hey, boys, to stop myself from chugging bleach every October, I look up the record the Oilers have after 10 games. Now I only sip the beach. In bleach. In 2022-23, they were 7-3. In 23-24, they were 2-7-1. Last year, and we've said a lot about, this year's team's off to a better start than last year's team. Yeah. Except they barely are. Last year's team was 4-5-1. This year's team is 4-4-2. So they have one more point than they did last year at the same time. Let's dive into this for the numbers game for Play Alberta. If you've not yet downloaded the Play Alberta app, please do, and check out our EST specials page every single day, every single game. And of course, they have more boosted bets for the Oilers this year than they have in any other year at playalberta.ca. So last year, 4-5-1 in their first 10, ended up going 6-5-1 in their first 12. They won games 11 and 12 last year. So they were 6-5-1 in their first 12 last year. The year before that, when they started 2-7-1 in their first 10, they lost games 11 and 12 and were 2-9-1 in their first 12. That basically led to the coaching change. Knobloch comes in, and now here we are again with the Oilers still not getting off to great starts. Connor McDavid said that they wanted to get off to great starts this year, but it hasn't necessarily happened. But Trev, how is this year's 4-4-2 much different than last year's 4-5-1?
How is it?
Yeah.
How is it much different? Oh, well... Yeah, I mean, you look at the points. Yeah, they do have. So there's progress there. There's a point. They're a point better.
They're a point better than last.
So you look at it like that. But I mean, the biggest thing for me, man, is going into last year. Even though it was a tough start, the year prior, like well, it's pretty well the same crew. They're bringing it back. You know that they can change and they can, they can bring it. They can elevate their game, which we've seen time and time again. That was last year because, it was a crappy start. The players were the first to say it, but there was, fans, players, they knew that, they were just in the cup, right? They lost, but you knew that they had the potential. And I feel like this year, even though it might be better, and it might be better 1 point, I don't even think you could say that they're really better, even though their record shows it. The biggest question mark for me, man, is just... You have question marks on the roster, and you're like, I don't know. Even
whereas
though the
last year you kind of knew what the roster was.
Yes, 100%. So last year, it sucked, but I was like, it's okay. They'll snap out of it. This year more so than ever. I'm like, you got Connor and Leon, and you're seeing it online more than ever. It doesn't matter. And that's starting to be the points from everyone, all the outsiders looking in. Like, it doesn't matter. Look what this team does. But it's like, well, I don't know. It
but this year's team
matter.
Isn't last year's team.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, they were able to do it. You play with fire so many times, Dusty. You're bound to get burned. And I don't know. Could they be doing that? Like I said, going into, I know you guys said, Trev, the window's closing is what I actually said. I didn't say that they weren't not going to make the playoffs this year.
When did you say the window was closing?
I didn't even say that. It was I tweeted it. I said the window is closing. And I know Maddie backs me up on this.
When was this?
That was right after our first show after July 1.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
And so, what I was getting at is, it was tough the year prior. It was tough for this team to make it to the playoffs, which is ridiculous in saying that. And that's where you get the narrative. Oh, it doesn't matter as long as you get in. This team can really dial it down. But this team just is really, and I think they will be for as long as they have Connor and Leon, man, they are going to be just a boring, underwhelming regular season team. I think that's just who they are in their core.
Is that what they've become now?
I think so.
They weren't boring a few years ago when Connor put up like 64 goals.
And then that's where the question starts.
That was without Knobloch.
It was.
Right. So,
but you start pointing fingers and look no further than the captain of this team, man. This has been by far, and you look at the numbers he's been able to put up. Yeah, it's good. If you're Nugent Hopkins, it's really, really good. If it's Zach on, this is Connor McDavid, man. Like, you're not getting what man. I tell you what, there was a goal the other day. I tweeted it, And this is actually kind of foreshadowing to maybe the last 10 minutes. I put a little something together.
You got some notes together here.
I put a little something together.
Tell me what the plan is for the show. I love this.
Well, yeah, I've got one thing laid out. I'll bring it up now. Okay. Nasties, listening, text in, obviously, or just put it in the nasty chat as well. It's Leon Draisaitl. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Leon. He turns 30, which is crazy. He turns 30.
30 years old. I know like last night on the broadcast when they showed that he was like sixth all time in games.
Yeah.
I was like, man, are we getting old or what?
Yeah. So I did just a question of the video or today's oil stream. Just put it out. What is your favorite Leon Draisaitl memory? There's lots to pick from. And quickly, I might as well just say mine if that's okay.
Yeah, no, give it to us.
It has to be, without a doubt, like you throw in McDavid's name. Yeah, obviously he's unbelievable. But what Draisaitl was able to do in the Battle of Alberta, those playoffs, in the 5 games, it's still breathtaking.
That was a good run.
2 goals, 15 assists.
That was on an ankle.
One ankle.
Yeah.
17 points. 17
in
points
5 games.
In 5 games. Put in perspective, he's got 11 points right now in 10 games. So he was on another level. I mean, those Oilers, they were fun to watch and currently not so fun to watch. But in particular, yeah, that whole series was amazing. But it was in game 2, 4-3. Leon comes down, and it wasn't the game winner, but it sealed the deal. That is probably, without a doubt, my most. Oh, that's one of my favorite goals I've ever seen.
That's a good question though about Draisaitl. Yeah.
What is your favorite? And there's lots. There's his first 50-goal season, which was pretty cool. He scored on Mike Smith against another Battle of Alberta story there. But that was mine, man. Just the way he was able to score that goal, posting in. It was sick. I remember that, just watching that. I jumped and I was actually at a Boston Pizza as well.
Of course you were.
Yeah, when I was watching that one. But, and then later, you got Reed Wilkins, his Chet Roberts.
Chet Roberts.
It's Chet Roberts, right?
Yeah. It's Chet Palmer.
Chet Palmer.
Chet Palmer.
Yeah. Sorry, Chet. My apologies there. But I put together a little something. I'm gonna going back to where we were.
You're doing a
earlier.
Chet Palmer?
Not a Chet Palmer, but another voice that I have of something.
You're doing that today?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll wrap up the show doing
This is,
that.
I guess, what happens when you prep and I sleep for a show.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, it is.
You're really coming to the table well prepared here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know what's like Draisaitl's 30, which makes, I remember being at the draft when he got drafted. I remember they were having usually the top 10, 11 prospects are available.
Yeah.
And they were in a building somewhere and they were set up and it was kind of like a Ford Hall. Where was Draisaitl drafted? Which city was that in?
I forget the draft.
Is that Minnesota?
I do not
Which
remember.
draft was Draisaitl? Where was it? Anyway,
2014.
I remember they were and everybody wanted to talk to Ekblad. Right? It was Ekblad. Everybody. That lineup for
Philadelphia.
Ekblad. Oh, it was in Philadelphia. Okay. No, that was a fun draft. Iwanek was at that draft. We had a good time in Philadelphia. Anyway, so they were all sitting there, and everybody wanted to talk to Ekblad. Everybody wanted to talk to Reinhardt. Everybody wanted to talk to Sam Bennett. And there's just this German kid who'd been playing with the Raiders, sitting there kind of by himself. It was just like, everyone wants to talk to these North American guys, and Draisaitl nobody really knew too much about him at the time, or they thought maybe just because of his German background, maybe he didn't speak great English or whatever. But he was, I can't believe that was 12 years ago.
I know, man.
That's insane.
Yeah, I remember.
I still remember that day.
It is crazy. It was a crazy day for sure. I remember when he was drafted, and I was, maybe the Oilers will get this Reinhardt guy or Bennett. And then Draisaitl, I just flew under the radar. I was like, I'm not too familiar with this, but maybe it'll be good. And the absolute steal of the draft, without a doubt. If you could run it back, he would go number 1. So yeah, my favorite player personally. But it is insane. Like, I remember playing NHL 18. This was 7 years ago now, but it was like Sidney Crosby 30, Ovechkin 31. I'm like, oh man, like these guys are growing up so fast. Like in 6-7 years, they're going to be, they're done.
Yeah.
Or they're on the back 9, right? And now it's like, you're looking at Leon, he's 30.
Which is good. That means he's still got 10 years left.
Yeah.
And most of them are going to be with the Edmonton Oilers.
Absolutely. It's just, you would have liked to seen maybe 1 cup. That's the only thing that sucks when I'm looking.
It's not over yet, Trev.
It's not over yet.
With the window, I think how it's working with the window discussion is the window was open. I think this year the window has closed slightly, but I think with the cap going up, that window is about to burst back open for a couple of years.
I see that as well. I agree with that.
So I think the window's a little less space in it right now, but that's about to change in the next couple of years. Connor McDavid's not staying here for a couple of years if he doesn't think that they're going to be delivering some pretty good players to play with him with the cap going up. So, all right, let's get to some text messages. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Parkside says, Leon definitely wasn't under the radar in Prince Albert. He was a man among boys when he showed up. I know, but at that draft, it was just weird. Yeah. Everybody was talking to everybody else, and Leon was sort of just kind of sitting there.
By himself.
Kind of strange. All right, so Baggio texts in and says, Dusty, so a team with Jeff Skinner and Arvidsson were more reliable or better? I don't buy that. These guys just typically don't show up early in the season for the last couple of years. I'm not saying that I'm not concerned, but I just can't envision them not being as good this year as last year. Well, Baggio, what I would say to that is that, like Skinner, how many goals did Skinner and Arvidsson combine for last year?
Oh, geez.
Look that up. Because it's more than Savoy and Howard are going to score for you this year.
Yeah. It's
more than Savoy and Tomasek are going to combine to score for you this year. It's more than Frederick and any of those guys are going to combine to score for you this year. So yeah, and those guys were in and out of the lineup, don't get me wrong, but they were veterans and you kind of knew what they had when they got into the lineup. Whereas right now, I mean, you're playing a line of three guys who hadn't even played in the National Hockey League before, and you're playing them for less than 9 minutes.
31 goals.
They had combined for 31 goals this year. Is any combination of Frederick, Tomasek, Howard, and Savoy going to combine for 31 goals this year?
It's not.
I don't think we live in that world.
I think all four of them might get that.
Geez, I hope all four of them get that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, right now, what's it at?
Frederick?
It's at 3 right now?
Yeah. One for, 3.
So I don't know. I think I said it before the season started. I thought this would be a bit of a down year and then a reload for the next couple of years and then a reassessment from McDavid at that point moving forward. So now, with that being said, it's not like they played great. They're still 500.
Yeah.
There's going to be a better team showing up here at some point. But I watched the group through the first part of this year, and I don't know if it has the upside of the team from the last couple of years. I hope I'm wrong for the case of this guy over here and for everybody in the city.
And
but it seemed like they're missing. You know what? I will say this. It seems like they're missing something right now. And maybe that something is just Zach Hyman.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach Hyman comes back and things start to click. Maybe Zach Hyman is the true driver of emotion on this team. And we probably shouldn't be glossing over the fact that they don't have that guy right now.
Yeah, I think it's become pretty obvious how much of a pillar he has been for the Oilers in the last few years. Not just for himself, but for the team as a whole. I look at Connor McDavid, like that's his trigger man. He does everything. He checks off all the boxes. And I remember doing a video last year, like, the Oilers are still heading on to the Cup final. That's great. But, I mean, it's tough to, in hindsight, you don't know, right? But what would have, I really do believe the impact that Hyman had on that team was often overlooked. And I remember saying that, like, that's a big, no, this team is, they're fine. You can't, it's not just a one-player team. But I'm like, that one player is Zach Hyman. Like that, he led your team in scoring in the postseason 2 years ago. 50 goals scorer. It's not like it's just Joe Blow. That's getting taken out of the lineup. It's Zach Hyman, man. So you talk about what he does on the ice. He leads by example, and he's great. Everyone just says such amazing things about him, man. So yeah, I really do think sometimes it can be just one. Not all the time, but it's not just one player. This is Zach. He's a special player, right? He provides so much more to this team.
Well, and if you look at drivers of emotion, Corey Perry and Zach Hyman aren't, like, Corey Perry's gone.
Yeah.
Zach Hyman's not here right now. They didn't even have Evander Kane last year, but he could dabble in that previously and then in the playoffs. I'd even say that Connor Brown was an energy guy.
I think so.
Right? Yeah, he wasn't finished, and that guy worked his sack off all the time. He was in on the forecheck pretty heavily. Like, I think they genuinely are missing some of those guys right now, and it's going to take a little while for some of these new guys to start to fit in. I mean, the problem is that you're not getting a ton offensively from anybody.
No.
Right? Like, you're not getting what you expect from McDavid right now. but you're also not getting much from anywhere else in the lineup. Nuge has had a nice start. Draisaitl. He's got 7 goals. But I don't think I can consistently expect anybody else to produce.
No.
On a regular basis.
No, it hasn't been that case at all. And then you look at the lines and it's like, who knows? There might be something here. There isn't something here. They're going to change it up. And I think it was a Hernan. Maybe it was maybe on the morning show today when we were just discussing. And I'm just like, no, I think this is just who Knoblauch is. Like, even if a line is working, I honestly think he wouldn't shy away from changing it up just for the sake of changing it up, which is annoying. And I know a lot of fans don't agree with that. But there isn't. You're like, you just look at the lineup, man. Like, there's so many. You want more from so many of these players. Nuge being slotted on the first line, is it a hot take for me right now? Like, honestly, I think Nuge is better slotted I think I've seen more from Nuge centering his own line than being with McDavid. But you look at Mangiapane as well. Like, nothing's really clicking right now, man. Nothing. And like, who do you look to? That's the thing. You look at Jack Roslovic. It's nice. I feel like he's finally starting to
had a good game last game.
He's been a lot more notable.
Yeah.
But are noticeable on the ice for sure. And maybe that's something there. I will say the Roslovic, Draisaitl, and Podkolzin line is the first Edmonton forward line to score 2 even strength goals this year.
Say that again?
The second line of Roslovic, Draisaitl, Podkolzin is the first Edmonton forward line to score 2 even strength goals this year.
Wow. Well, they got it done.
But see, like, that's your 10
together,
games in.
I guess. Yeah.
You're 10 games in. And you're like, who are you else like looking for, right? But this kind of goes back to what I was maybe going to a little bit earlier, just with McDavid, man. Like, nothing's clicking. Like, you look at it, it all falls on your captain, but it doesn't matter the line that he's on. It's not Nuge, it's not working, it's not Mangiapane. I'm sorry, McDavid is really struggling right now. Like, I'm sorry, you start connecting the dots. Maybe it's McDavid right now. The other day against the Kraken, Dusty, he goes up. I've never seen this from him before, man. And there was a goal, I tweeted about it. It's like, I miss this, Connor. And he's just dangling through everywhere. We all know what he can do and has done. But he's going up. Vince Dunn just snaps his wrist. McDavid falls back, man. The whole crowd erupts. I've never in my 10 years, 11 years of watching McDavid have we seen that. And then yesterday he ran into Leon. And then he ran into another defender, checked him like twice. When he's trying to... I don't know, man. Like, he's fighting it. So that's my 2 cents on there. But Connor McDavid, you expect a lot more. He should provide a lot more. And for the first time in his career, I think you can say, like, I don't know. I wouldn't say defenders are really finding out how to play McDavid, but he just has.
That can't be the case. The only thing I would think is that McDavid's just sort of allowing them to play him. McDavid usually dictates what guys.
He's
do
not
out there. Like,
he can go, like, I feel like he has it. He does, but he can click at 100%, but he's not, man. For whatever reason, he's going at about like 85, 90. And there's I got a question for you. And this kind of leads to my question. And I don't think this is the case at all, but this is the only thing that I saw. I was like, maybe, but no, I don't think so. But the theory, do you think McDavid's playing at like 80%, 90% rate just so he doesn't get injured to play at the Olympics this year? No. Because
I don't think so.
No, and like, so I started thinking about that. I'm like,
you like conspiracy theories, though.
Me too.
But I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's in him. I don't think it's in him if he's physically capable to step out and hold back.
No, I completely agree. And I was like, I started thinking about it. I was like, maybe it was kind of like Darren Dreger and the Nielsen show this morning. Yeah. And then I changed my mind right away because I'm like, there's times where he's just in the slot and he chooses to pass it. Like, that has nothing to do with his
that's him
risk of injury.
He is a pass first dude. He always has been. Except for that one year, he decided he wanted to prove he could score goals, and he did, and he scored a ton of goals. But yeah, you do expect more from McDavid. Now I will say this about this year's start compared to last year's start. And I didn't go back and see what the road home splits were. But they played 2 games at home, blow it against Calgary, look pretty good against Vancouver. And then since then, it's basically been an 8-game road trip.
Yeah.
Right? They go out east for 5, come home, play one quick one in basically a building that was taken over by Habs fans. and then they go back out on they go all the way out west for 2 out there as well. I'm not trying to look. I said earlier I was a little bit more concerned about this start than last year's start, so I'm not trying to lay out excuses, but I will lay out the point that it's been a weird schedule to start the year for this team. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, early in the year, get out on the road, bring the guys together. It's great for a team." This year, it didn't turn out to be that great for the Edmonton Oilers. So let them settle in at home here a little bit, see what they can do. I know they're going to be heavy on the road again in November. There's a ton of road games in November, another big trip as well, I think. Yeah. So, but I mean, that's gone against them a little bit, I think.
For sure. Yeah, that's funny. Great minds think alike, because I also have, I wanted to touch on the travel. If you buy into it at all, 8 games in 8 different cities, 13 days total. And
yeah, 8 and 13 is a lot.
That is, man.
8 different cities. Like
it is. But part of me is, I don't know, man. I feel like you look at the vets on this team, and they've been doing it for how long now? You look at the last few playoffs, especially the Cup final. They're traveling as far, what is that? Like, that's the longest distance between a championship in sports history, if I'm not mistaken. It was something like that, right? It was ridiculous. And so I don't know if and then I remember watching the Oilers Plus maybe two years ago, and I was always curious, like, what are these guys treated like on the plane? And then it's just, dude, it's beyond first class. Like the meals that they get, you walk on and they're just showing all the nicest food.
It's a pretty sweet setup.
I'm just like, okay, you know what? I want to travel.
Yeah, they're not jammed up.
No, this isn't our travel.
When it goes, yeah.
Like, it's completely, you get jet lag, whatever. But then we had Gaz on as well, and he's, I love it. You know, getting out, it was always my favorite thing to start the season, going on the road. It was awesome, great bonding. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily buy into that, especially because Connor and Leon have been doing it for so long.
All right, let's get to some text messages. I know you got a few more things you probably want to hit on. I got a couple more things that we can discuss here as well. But let's get to some messages, drive some conversation here, and then we'll continue as well. Big T from Regina. Shout out to Big T from Regina. Says, has McDavid lost a step? ? I saw some other people saying, like Casino Daily J says, he's not the fastest guy in the league anymore. But has it been that big of change? I mean, I don't think he's lost a step.
No. I think he's just choosing not to do it for whatever reason. I think he's seriously, like, for the first time in his career, is questioning his plays and his decision-making, where when he first entered, it was all instinct. And I think that's
just straight up attack mode all
attack,
the time,
man. And you see it time and like that's you go back to any year, especially, I mean, his 60-plus goal campaign that he had just a few years ago, man. It was attack, and he didn't think about it. That's what's going on right now. He's thinking, and he's hesitating, and then he doesn't fully commit on a lot of these plays, which has drastically, I mean, you see it. It's a night and day difference. So it's not attacking on instinct like he has in years prior, and he's in a funk. Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't know why that may be. Is it the pressure? I don't know. I really can't pinpoint it, but I guarantee, like, that's what I'm seeing at least. It's just he's not just pedal to the metal like he was a few years ago.
Grandpa Dave 34 over on the YouTube chat says, McDavid playing down to his contract.
Yeah.
He only wants to be $2 million better than Bouch.
Yeah.
Once Bouch starts playing better, McDavid will start being better to justify the money. Library Pat says, guys, 8 different buildings, but not really 8 different cities, because the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils doesn't really count as huge travel.
This is a good
but
point.
Yes, the travel does probably count for something. Yeah, that's an interesting one. This one comes in from the Matthew Awanek fan club.
Oh,
it says, pissy Draisaitl is my favorite Draisaitl.
Yes.
So it's definitely sending Jacob Trouba's stick into the stands at Madison Square Garden after scoring against the Rangers. That was the moment I knew that the Oilers had returned. Somebody else referenced McDavid or Draisaitl in his pissy interview.
Do you know where you were for that?
You remember where you were?
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was in a bathtub. I was having a bath. I remember I was in college. It was right after the game.
You were in college having a bath?
Well, I wasn't in college, but I was in college.
What was the date on that one? When did Maddie and Draisaitl go at it?
And it had to have been
when was that?
A Tuesday, probably. But I remember it was right after the game. and I went straight to the tub. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good one. What's going on here? And then my jaw dropped, man. I was like, holy crap.
That was just 3 years ago, January 18th, 2022.
Was that Tuesday?
So almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
I don't know if that was a Tuesday. Why do you know so much it was a Tuesday?
I'm terrible. I never got that skill or like how people know that. Oh, that was a Tuesday. I've always wanted to ask that person how they know what day.
It was a Tuesday. Oh my God. How do you remember it was a Tuesday?
I just remember being in the tub very early. And I remember Wednesdays I had to be in college at like 7. So I remember that's the only thing I can connect. There.
Okay. So you were having a bathtub on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then that's when it went down.
Yeah. But that was a good one. I'm so happy that,
I don't remember where I was, but I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, this is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like for Maddie to go back at him and say, Leon, why are you so pissy? Like that was
national
that
headlines.
alone is just a pissy thing to do.
Yeah, that was national headlines, man. And then I remember,
I remember some of the fallout from that just around with the media in town. But,
I bet and then it was so cool. Just like, whoa, 3 years ago, I'm in the tub watching this happen. And then last year being in the press box, I sat right next to Jim Matheson. Obviously, I wasn't going to ask him about the whole incident, but I'm like, wow, like this is a pretty big moment for me. This is really cool. And I told him I was being a sucker all night. He was like, oh, they just need to shoot the puck, and then they scored because he shot. I think it was Bouchard. And I was like, oh, you're a genius. You're a genius. He's like, yeah, what can I say? I was just buttering up all night, man.
You just buttering up Maddie the whole time. All right, so yeah, that was a pretty good moment. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. One more thing that I want to get to, and we'll make it your Popeyes spicy headlines. Roslovic did get a goal and assist last night. Nice snipe, good shot.
Hell yeah.
On the goal. So your headline here is that Roslovic has his best game as a member of the Edmonton Oilers. What do you think it means, Trev? Are you starting to buy into him being a contributing factor here moving forward before Zach Hyman returns at least?
One thing I hope it means is that the Oilers at least have one line that they cannot, they just don't touch. They finally, after all the line combinations I know on Friday.
So you're saying Pods, Draisaitl,
yes,
Roslovic, just leave it.
Finally, 10 games in, they have one line, okay? And you've got 72 games to go to figure out the other lines before playoffs, man. But yeah, I mean, that's nice to see. It was nice to see. And they were pretty noticeable. Like, they were good all night long, I feel like, for the most part. I feel like Leon is really finding his game. You can tell he's just skating with the puck a lot more, setting up. Man, his backhand's unreal. He was making a few good passes yesterday. But, yeah, I feel like the last 2 games against the Kraken, you started to see a little bit more of Roslovic and just carrying the puck. He made some good zone entries. I'm like, oh, okay. You could tell on his first game against the Rangers, that was his best. I mean, it was like he was pretty good. And then I was like, oh, this is exciting. And then he had like a stinker. And then the next game was a stinker. I'm like, I don't really know if he's actually a player. Maybe he just showed up for that one game. But you're starting to see in his last 2 games that he is actually a solid player. And he hasn't shied away from skating with the puck. He's a lot faster than I thought. And his shot, man, he's got a decent shot. And I think it's obviously going to bode well when you're skating on the line with probably one of the best playmakers in the world in Leon Draisaitl. And then you got Pods, who I will say, I think he's looked a lot better than last year. I will. I know it's a short sample size, but aside from being on the top line with Connor and Leon, which seems to be almost impossible to do for anyone, I think he's looked pretty good when he's been on any other line. Like he's been a driver. So yeah, I like that line. My thoughts, it's nice that the Oilers have one line that they can ice.
It's nice to have a line. Waddy in Cloverdale says, at some point Connor needs to, this is a text. You can text us. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends how easy it is to download those free apps and listen to everything we do for free. Watch over on YouTube. Hammer the thumbs up for us on YouTube. We're in some spicy headlines here for Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen. Waddy in Cloverdale texts in and says, at some point Connor needs to make his line mates better, a la Crosby, instead of only excelling with Draisaitl. The bad body language has to be a bummer for the rest of the team while they sit on the bench watching them play in all situations. You never see him interacting positively or proactively on the bench. Look, man, he's been here for over a decade right now. I think what you see is what you get with Connor McDavid and all of those other elements. But I do think he's made Zach Hyman a better hockey player.
Yeah.
right? I think Zach Hyman would be the one example of that, pretty clear.
For sure. I think he made Cassian better. I think he made Maroon better.
He made Maroon better.
Aside from that, man.
Like when Hyman comes back, I would just put him with Connor McDavid and just leave the two together.
Yes, that's
and if
automatic.
if Nuge is that other guy, then Nuge is that other guy. And actually, let's just play this game quickly. So Hyman returns, and you lock him in with 93 and 97. You just said maybe they found something with Podkolzin, Draisaitl, Roslovic. What's the bottom six look like?
Oh gosh, I'll see. It's tough because I'd be okay with giving the first line of this hockey team for the last 2 years a look for a game. You might as well. I feel like that's probably what Knobloch would do, and having Nuge, McDavid, Hyman.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I would think that's how it
okay.
starts. So that's why I'm like, what happens down
for the
here?
bottom six? Yeah,
bottom
and
six.
seeing that's
Frederic and Henrique in the middle.
Man, it's tough. Yeah, I think Frederic and Henrique. I'd probably have Henrique third line with Mangiapane. And Tomaszek.
Okay.
I don't know if I like that though.
Then are you burying Savoy and Howard down? I mean, Howard might be in the American League.
Well, actually, if that's the case, then yeah, you probably have Henrique, Mangiapane, and Savoy.
And then Tomaszek with Frederic.
And Philp.
And Philp / Kapanen.
Yeah.
Whenever he's good to go.
I guess, yeah, Kapanen.
Yeah. It's going to be tough maybe for Ike Howard to stay in the lineup then when Hyman returns.
Man, it is tough. I feel like I'm treating Ike like how Matty treated Trey Ford.
This is a nice comparison.
I'm the president. What is it? The fanboy?
Fan club.
What is it?
You are the president of the Ike Howard fan club.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I am.
And Matty he admitted that he was the president of the Trey Ford fan club.
Yes.
And I was the president of the Yesapul URV fan club.
So we all have.
We are not on a great run here.
No, you're not. But man, yeah, it was so much to like. And that's why I keep on going back to McDavid's. Like, yeah, was Ike underwhelming on that first line? He was. And I was so pumped for that game, man. I really was. Like, I had a good feeling going into it. And it was by far their worst line. I mean, that line, it was McDavid for the sixth time in his career. We touched on this earlier, that he did not have a single shot attempt.
Yeah.
But I keep going back to it, man. How much is that McDavid's line mates or just him right now? Because he's been kind of like that with everyone who he's played with this season.
Benny over in the chat, self-proclaimed president of the Savoy fan club.
Yes, he is.
And I think it would be Philp at center with Frederic on the wing and Tomaszek.
Probably.
And then Savoy with Henrique and Mangiapane.
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably how it would work.
Yeah.
And then if Kapanen's back, he probably takes Tomaszek out of the lineup with how much we know Knobloch kind of likes Kapanen.
Yeah.
And then kind of go from there at that point.
It's just tough, man, because I still think there is a player, and you can't look back. I mean, it's how it happened, but I would have given it a little bit more runtime with Ike on the first line. I would have. I think it was just a bad night for McDavid as a whole. Like, aside from McDavid or Ike not being on his line or not, it didn't really change much the whole rest of the game. It didn't. That line, he was just terrible the whole game against the Kraken. So that's my 2 cents. I'll leave it at that.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or over on YouTube. You can chime in there. Amishman19 says, I still have my JP fan club card collecting dust. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
I love to see it.
Big on Yessie.
What else you got there?
Yeah, no, I just Jake Wallman. Or sorry.
Oh, we should talk about the D.
Yeah,
for
let's touch on
and
the
the
defense
goaltending. I want to talk about Skinner's too.
I agree. I feel like so far, firstly, before we touch on the defense, right now the Oilers game has been like my golfing for my entire golfing career, where it's just one thing. If it's not my driver is like really good today.
Yeah, welcome to golf, Trev.
That's
welcome to golf.
That's yesterday. That was the second line. That was the Draisaitl's line. And then when Skinner's good, that's my putting. But everything else sucks, right? Now what I'm getting at is, aside from the Canucks game, you've had good goaltending, pretty mediocre defense and crap offense. And it's switched. It's alternated all season long. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say.
So you're saying it hasn't come together all at once?
No, aside from that one game.
Yeah.
But everything else is just.
What do you think about the idea to put Bouchard and Nurse together? I know, you just gave me your cross-eyed look.
I gave you the hustler look.
Yeah.
Man, and you know what? It sucks that you have to even say it, but when you're putting out $20 million in two guys on your defense for this Edmonton Oilers, you should be expecting so much more. And not even that, in saying that, you should not be expecting or having doubts in your head like, oh crap, this really scares me. Like,
look, man, I'll take it one step further.
That scared me.
Those guys make $20 million, and I would say those two guys are probably most largely to blame for this poor start this year.
Yeah, 100%.
Bouchard was -10 going into the game last night.
I'm sorry. I know Bouch has been getting ripped, and rightfully so. He's looked terrible. But man, there is nothing, absolutely nothing right now that I'm seeing in Darnell Nurse's game that Troy Stecher can't do.
This guy's fired up.
It's true. And you know what? That's what I'll give credit to Bouch. You know what? Yeah, does it bite him in the ass sometimes when he does these plays? Yes, it does. And it sucks. Well, that's the player he is, right? But at least he's taking some chances, man. And that's something I'll never get mad at for a player, is at least, you can get mad. I should rephrase that. Obviously, you have the right to get mad if you're taking too many chances, man. But Bouchard, every now and then it pays off for him. It really does. He does the slick toe drag. He walks the line. He does something. That's a cool chance.
They survived last night. There was worse pairs last night than Bouch and Nurse.
Yes.
But that could lead to the all-time disaster of games.
It can. But back to Darnell Nurse. And I'm sorry. It's the truth, man. You watch him. The play just dies. And what I see is so sad because he shouldn't be this player, man. He shouldn't, but he has got zero confidence right now, man. He has zero confidence. I challenge you. The next game yesterday, which we'll maybe quickly preview against the Mammoth.
You mean tomorrow? You said yesterday.
Yesterday, tomorrow. Sorry, I'm so flustered right now. But just watch Darnell Nurse, man. Whether he's with Bouchard, he'll probably refer to him a lot tomorrow or defer to him a lot tomorrow if he is slotted with him. But if he's not, he'll get the puck, he'll look up, and he'll just bank it off the boards. I'm not even joking. In the stretch last 3 games, aside from the weekend, he wasn't doing it as much. But man, there is nothing there. And it led to a turnover against Jack Hughes. He capitalized, scored. There's been so many plays, man. I'm just like, they're paying $9 million for this guy. And that's why I say Troy Stecher can do that, man. There is nothing Darnell Nurse has done this season that Troy Stecher can't do.
And Troy Stecher can't do a lot.
Yes.
But you're saying Darnell Nurse can't do a lot right now either.
And you know what's annoying, man? Also, I saw a goal the other day. I tell you what, I challenge you to do this as well, Oilers fans, people listening. Go home, even right now, right after the Oil stream. Maybe actually later today.
Which goal?
Darnell Nurse's first career goal against the Minnesota Wild. Watch this and then ask yourself after, what the hell happened to Darnell Nurse? Because that's what I did. I was blown away, man. Watching this goal, just this young stud skating up the ice, just looking so effortlessly. And you're just like, damn, oh man, look at this. He grips it and rips it right at the blue line, man. And you're like, wow, the future is bright. The Oilers have a legit...
Kevin Quinn on the call too.
Look at this guy. Look at that guy. When was the last time you saw that, man?
Yeah, I mean, he skated in on the rush and just hammered one home.
I know it sounds like, it doesn't sound like much.
Celebrated with Slepyshev and Letestu after.
Damn, they have.
And the goal was on Devin Dubnyk. It's like an Inception thing here.
But I'm sorry, man. It's just, watch the goal and you're going to be like, damn, like I don't remember the last time seeing Darnell Nurse do that. And that's the thing. He can do it. He has all the talent in the world. But he is so scared to make any plays because maybe it's just the pressure, Canadian market. We've seen what's that's doing with Connor Brown. 5 goals on the season for Connor Brown right now.
He's doing well. Doing well down there.
Anyway.
The Gordfather text in says, YouTube Trev is right. Nurse's replacement level play right now. $8 million overpaid. Bouch has been brutal, but at least he has upside. Loomis over on the chat says, speak it, Trev. And he says, at least Bouch tries. It still hurts that he sucked, but Nurse doesn't do flip all. I mean, I would probably pump the brakes a bit on at least Bouch tries. I mean, he's been waving. He's been waving at quite. Yeah, he tries to make offensive plays. Okay, if that's what the comment was, that's fine. But there's been too many times where Bouchard's just been swooping and sliding here and.
What was it this weekend?
If those two guys alone start playing like A, how they're paid to play, and B, what they're capable of playing, and C, how we expect them to play. If those two guys alone get going, that changes everything for this team. Like,
changes so much, man. It really, really does. So, yeah, it's tough. Back to your original question. What do I
don't even remember what my original question was.
What do I think of
Nurse and Bouchard. Nurse. I think I know, Trev.
So I think I said it nicely there for you.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to a few more of your comments here. I don't know what was... I thought Skinner had been pretty decent so far this year. But that game against Seattle, man, I don't know what he was doing on a few of those goals. Like, as a guy who tries to call a spade with Stuart Skinner and has defended him at times when I think the heat has been turned up too much, when he gets blamed for every single loss and things like that. I mean, those were non-NHL caliber goaltending plays on those goals. Like, I'm trying to think of another goaltender that I've seen that tries to make saves the way he tried to make a couple of those saves against Seattle. And I just don't know if that guy exists. Like, I don't know if there's another goaltender in the league that would make the plays that Skinner made on two of those goals on Saturday night. I don't know if it's his footwork or how it is, but my God, man, like you can't sit here and defend the guy when you see him try to make saves in that fashion in that game. Even after a relatively steady start to the season, that was full-blown, oh my God, what are you going to do about Skinner on Saturday night?
Yeah. Question on the 2-on-1s from what we saw this weekend, in particular that game, because there was two plays kind of like that. Have you seen that before? Was that how he was before?
No, I've seen that in the past, like with the way he tried. Like he's been floppy like that in the past.
New goalie coach. Peter Aubrey.
No, I don't think Peter Aubrey sat him down and said, "Listen, when they pass the puck over on odd man rushes, I want you to do nothing but throw your chest at it." Like there's no way that was the conversation.
Yeah, no, and I agree. What I brought up earlier, it's kind of like my golfing game. For the most part, I mean, I'd say except for this weekend was, you can maybe for the first time we can start to entertain the idea or at least have the conversation that the goaltending maybe wasn't the greatest. Because I think aside from these two games, especially that one, man, like just I don't know. I was watching. I know this will ruffle some feathers, but probably two polar opposites when you talk about lateral movement. And Dustin Wolf, the game before that Flames the Flames play the Winnipeg Jets, man. But I tell you, watching him, just the way he moves is such a treat. Like, it really, really is. It is so cool. And he says, Dustin Wolf, I'm not the biggest guy, but it means I'm quick and I can get around a lot easier. And he is definitely a lot smaller than Stuart Skinner. I bring up Stuart Skinner's height. And I say, you should be able to do that, but he is a pretty tall goalie, and it is a little tricky. But in saying that, I've seen tall goalies be able to.
I'm pretty sure Vasilevsky's the same size as Stuart Skinner. Like,
yeah, they're big goalies, right? So there's no excuse.
Carey Price was a big guy, moved like butter.
But yeah, no, I laughed when I saw it. I was like, what's going on? It was the first time all season where I was like, well, no, second time, I guess, the first game of the season against Calgary. I was like, Skinner. But I was just like, come on, man. So we brought on Gager this morning. He had some thoughts about it, but I'm certain he will have more to say right after this in EST Afternoons.
He'll be coming up here from 1 until 3 with Hernan might have a little fire in his belly. And,
he's fired up.
And Joaquin Gage, he'll be breaking down the weekend as well. Coach Mike throws these lines our way. McDavid between Nuge and Mangiapane. Draisaitl with the same two. Run these two lines for the homestand. The bottom six can be in the blender. So he's saying leave the top six alone. Play Mangiapane with Nuge and McDavid. Leave Draisaitl between Roslovic and Podkolzin. and the bottom 6 guys get moved around, coming in and out of the lineup, that type of thing.
Yeah. I don't hate that, but again, like I'm telling you, man, I'm sorry.
You
I
won't
keep
see
on.
it though.
Well, you won't see it, but I'm sorry that I keep going back to this. Like Mangiapane and Nuge, how were they last night? How was that first line for you? I know they haven't. You change it, and so that's why it's annoying, because for me, I didn't really see much from that line, so I get why Knoblauch changed it. But then the other side of that argument is, he needs more time. You need more time to get that line brewing or cooking. So yeah, you can do it, but if they get another game, they got to at least show up on the score sheet, man, because they haven't really, to the extent that you'd want. For sure, you'd want them to perform way better. That's why I say Nuge. Like for me personally, I've liked Nuge's game. Nuge has looked awesome, man. Like he's shimmy shaking out there more than.
Yeah, Nuge seems alive.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Way more active than last year. So yeah, I mean, that's my sense on it right now. But I digress.
Let's go Ronnie Oceanfront quickly over on YouTube. Hammer the thumbs up for us on YouTube today, by the way. Guys, have we talked about Ekholm yet? I was at the game last night, and it was shocking how slow and unsure he looked in person. Yeah, I mean, you can take that one play when Sherwood just, I don't know what that was. That was like maybe the worst. I mean, there's been some bad defensive plays so far this year by certain blue liners, but that might be the worst play I've seen Ekholm ever make.
I did. I thought it was Bouch. I mean,
it did.
What's Bouch doing on left side?
Yeah.
And then,
that was tough.
Credit to Kiefer Sherwood, man. Like the Canucks have found a player in him. I know he set a single record last year for most hits in a season all time. Like that's very impressive. I like him, and he does have, like, I know Hernan said, he's a bottom 6 player, but I really do like. He's got some upside. He does have some upside, so it is a skilled player. But I mean, Matthias Ekholm should not.
That was tough, and it wasn't even like a really sick toe drag. It was just like kind of a wider, slow toe drag. Yeah. All right, what's this bit you have? This voice you're gonna do? Yeah. We got 3 minutes left. Zach, what's coming up on EST Afternoons, buddy? What do we have today?
Well, lots of great stuff. I'm sure Gager and Hernan will definitely get fired up about the Oilers going 0-1-1 over the weekend. They have highlights, lowlights for that. They'll preview the World Series Game 3, welcoming in Adam Lascaris from Daily Hive Toronto to talk some Blue Jays as well, and they'll recap the Elks' season with Andrew Hoskins from the Turf District podcast as well.
All right, what do you got?
That's beautiful, Zach. You're really good at that, man. I will say, great job.
I try. I get paid to talk for a living.
Nobody sets up a show like, don't have any Neocitrin today.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I'll get the daytime one next time.
There you go.
I never looked at the package. I was so upset with myself.
It's an honest mistake.
Well, yeah. No. I should have known. I was reading all the fine text and I didn't see the little moon.
Yeah, that's
Anyways.
okay. All right, what do you got?
Yeah, so Connor McDavid, where are you? No one seems to know.
Okay.
And someone who, I mean, he looks for young men a lot. He put together a little something. He has a little something to say.
All right, give it to us.
Oh, Connor, where'd you go, my little hockey hero? I've been wandering all around Rogers Place looking for you. Used to see him zooming up and down the ice, faster than my electric scooter. But lately, nothing, not even dangle. I miss you dangling that stick. If you come out, I'll give you a popsicle, maybe even a line mate. Now come on back, Connor. I miss the old Connor. Not too old.
Did you say I'll give you a popsicle and maybe even a line mate?
Yeah.
Is that?
I will say that wasn't my best go, but
it was good, buddy. I was laughing.
There.
I was laughing inside because I didn't want to laugh over top of what you were saying.
It's tough to do it quiet. I need to really get it loud.
That was true. Well, yeah, you should have done it loud. Like, you get that whistle. That was that was. I'll give you a popsicle. Maybe even a line mate.
Yeah. There we go. But where is Connor? Herbert's asking.
That was good stuff, Trev. I had fun today, buddy.
This was good.
Good job today on the Oil Stream, my man.
I had a lot of fun.
That was a good one. Lots of good conversation here, and hopefully they can look. Not easy coming up next. Mammoth has won 7 in a row, first place in the division.
Yikes.
They kind of look like the real deal. It's early. Some of these teams will start very well, fall off a little bit, but they've got a lot of good young pieces there. And if the Oilers aren't ready for that one, unless the officials hand them the game like they did against the Habs, they could be in trouble against Utah as well. So we'll see. we'll see what ends up happening on that front. All right, EST Afternoons is on the way. That is going to do it for the oil stream today. Good job from YouTube, Trev. Thank you to Boston Pizza, the presenting sponsor. Obviously, portions of the show brought to you by Popeyes and Play Alberta as well. EST Afternoons is on the way. Thank you very much for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. We'll be setting up an Oilers game, be breaking down Game 3 of the World Series. Take it easy.